Hi guys, welcome back to another video that is actually pretty close to the other one. It's definitely not a year apart, which is pretty neat. A wee change up from building the Hugomon thing, which is going to take a lot longer than I kind of anticipated. It's already taken long enough, as the followers of that kind of collection of videos will know all too well. But I'm still going to go back to that. But in the meantime, while it was Claymore just last weekend, we thought it'd be a good opportunity to grab a few bits and bobs from Dave Thomas to save on postage, although I see that the Perry postage thing has changed a wee bit, which is good news, which is, well, really good news for me anyway. But so we sent him a wee email and we thought we would get a few Spanish Guerrillas. We've got a little skirmishy game that's been bubbling along in the background for a few years, off and on. We've had distractions, obviously, loads of distractions, real life, and another distraction that I think was called 30k. That's kind of took a bit of our time for a while. However, we're looking at some of these ones today to see if we can make some small kind of bands of guys that are going to suit the kind of the game that we've got planned down the line, and something just a wee bit interesting. That's a little bit different from the usual fare. And let's be honest, when have the Perrys ever kind of let you down with some great sculpts? So let's have a quick look through and see what we got. Get rid of the Perry fluff. So what we've got, these are the Guerrillas Advancing, these ones here. So nice chap there. Coming along, a variety of weapons here. We've got some kind of shortish kind of what my friends online are thinking are carbines. Some of these smaller things, but there'll be hunting rifles in amongst that. There'll be looted muskets from all sides. See, that's a small weapon there as well. Look, and he's got a very fetching hat, your man. Just as fetching as this guy's nice kind of poncho he's got on. Looking pretty cool though. Nice guys. These will fit perfectly for our kind of skirmishy game going through the kind of peninsula terrain that we've got going. Nice chap there loading his musket or doing something down the muzzle of it. Is it going to focus? There we go. Nice little fig him as well. And this chap here, who I was looking at him before when I was on the website. Now, I'm not too sure if he's wearing some kind of, as a wee kind of twist. Is he wearing a kind of liberty cap as well, which is kind of a bit ironic, considering they are fighting for Spanish liberty against the French, who had the liberty cap as their symbol during their own revolution, if you like. Be quite cool. I'm pretty sure in some of the, when I think Alan painted these on the Perry website, I think he's painted them red too, so quite an interesting wee twist if that's the case. Maybe somebody might know and could have a wee comment below. But yes, the old gnome hat, I'll just paint that red too for the crack. Be cool. So that's the advancing ones. Ugh. What have we got here? These are the ones that I really do quite like. The guys in kind of shooting poses, they always give me a tickle, because for the games that we're trying to do with the low model count, the individuality of a model actually shines through, and then it's like well, this guy's definitely shooting stuff. There's not really any quibbling with what this man's doing. Pretty epic though. So we've got that guy. Another cool one crouching as well. See, I like them too. Get him tucked behind a rock, looking sweet. And yeah, we'll just give these a nice kind of creamy spray wash, and they'll just be contrasted to a tabletop standard. It's time again. You don't really have time. Well, I don't have time to kind of spend hours and hours and hours on these guys. A very fetching tall hat for your man. Looking pretty cool. Looking sweet though. So yeah, not all these guys would actually be just like civilians either. Some of these would be you know, regular Spanish troops that would kind of swell the ranks of these kind of guys as they're going around the countryside, as like their actual regiments were obliterated, as kind of what kind of happened. They'd melt away into the countryside and join up with these bands of guys and start going around and kicking French ass. Probably everybody's ass. I think they were I think they did their fair share in the looting and stuff too, mind. I don't think they would be particularly nice guys. But these guys certainly give Napoleon and his generals a lot of hassle. Because in no small part, I think the kind of operations of these guys and girls would certainly be part of the reason that Napoleon ended up calling the whole thing, the whole sorry affair, his Spanish ulcer. So yeah, pretty neat though. Pretty neat. They'll be sweet. And these, so we've got the mounted guerrillas with lances and firearms. Again, for the game that we've got planned, mounted troops are just in sixes. So the cool thing about this is you only need 6 horses. And it just so happens, it's almost like we did it on purpose. It just so happens that a Perry blister is 3 horses, so 2 Perry blisters will get you a wee regiment of sweet looking figs for our skirmishy game. So there's a lot of lead in these horses, mind. They're big heavy things. A lot of action in that fella. And obviously we could just choose the mounts for the riders, so we'll have a look at the horses first. So yeah, doing a nice galloping one here as well, which is sweet. Oh, are you going to focus, you devil? No? No. Kinda. There we go, kinda. Aye. So there's a lot of detail and some kind of stuff hanging off them again. Maybe I'm evil, but these will be just getting contrasted up and then they'll be on the table. It's always a means to a game for me. I don't have time for really painting for pleasure. The pleasure comes in the playing the games, really. But we'll see how we go. We might spend a little bit more time on these fellas, but we'll see. A lot of earth tones and stuff on there. A little splash of colour on our headgear, and maybe give some of the guys those wacky trousers that we see them have. And yeah, let's have a look at the riders then. So this kit does actually come with lances, which is cool, but I don't know if they'd survive the rough and tumble of gaming, so they might just get replaced by brass ones. We'll see. But they're there anyway, which is sweet. This guy looks kind of a finely dressed fellow. He'll be holding his lance and just keeping the French at bay. Looking cool. Another guy in the weird looking Liberty cap thing again, or Smurf hat. Looks like a Liberty cap, doesn't it? There's even like a wee cockade kind of thing on the side. Interesting. I like this guy kind of looking back. It probably doesn't bode well, because he might actually be running away, but he might not be. He might be saying, "Follow me," but most likely he'll be saying, "Let's get the hell out of here." Yeah, that's that guy. And this guy I think is probably my fave. Oh, there is this too. Look, so you don't need to give them the lances. You can have them holding presuming that's some kind of musket and like a carbine or a wee pistol there, which is neat to have as well. Cool little things. So that's that one. And my favourite rider from these ones, I think it's got to be your man in the French Dragoon helmet, the looted French Dragoon helmet. He's cool. I'm not sure. I can't really. He could be wearing some kind of other French uniform, but definitely the helmet, which looks cool. So he's going to be cool. He'll be the last casualty removed from the unit. Every time they take a blast of fire. I like that guy. I like him. And let's have a quick look at the other set then. If I can get into it. Here we go. Perry Fluff. Yeah, same horses here as the other one, but that doesn't matter. So the same horses for the riders in the next box, which is mounted guerrillas with lances and firearms galloping. But that's the second box. It's the other three of the kind of 6-man set, if you like. Same thing. The pistols and the pistol and the musket, carbine, and the lances, which you get there. So you've got options. You've got options. But what have we got here? I've got a guy with a very fine bicorn there, and he is going to be lancing somebody. I don't think, well, unless he's waving his musket around in the air like some kind of I don't know, idiot maybe, or unless he's so G'd up with his fine charge that he's getting his men all ready to charge with him, including the other guy who's looking away. Or maybe he's shouting at the guy who's looking away, going, "Get back here or I'll stick you." Never mind, a fine guy anyway. I like that guy too. What have we got? Nice guy there again. He's got a kind of funny hat. Not the Liberty Cap hat. It's one of those other ones that's the kind of wee willy winky hat that's kind of folded up in the side. I don't know the names of these things. I don't have a massive library of those Osprey books that some folk might have, but it's still cool though. I like him. I like that guy too. And who we got here last but not least? A guy with a kind of a sombrero-y cool hat. And you can see the wind blowing it up. Look. And we know that because his coattails are flying out. So he, I suggest, will be going on the galloping full tilt horse. Going like stink, this guy. So it'll be quite cool. So we're going to work on these guys. We'll see how we get on, and we'll see if we can't get some videos up of the game that we've got planned. It's almost there, ready to kind of put it out, and we're just going to shove it out, and folk can muck around with it and see what they like. We'll go into more detail that on another one. But yeah, I think these are going to be really quite interesting. Going to look amazing. They're going to be fun. They'll either do or die, really. But yeah, all going to be quite amazing. All going to be quite fun. But aye, so this is a little Spanish contingent. I've got some Portuguese up the stairs as well, which we're going to try and delve into some of these kind of more skirmishy conflicts through the peninsula. I mean, that was one thing that the guys actually suggested when I first got into Napoleonics years ago, was I should have started at the peninsula, but I went straight into the 100 days because I just couldn't get away from that. I couldn't get away from those iconic buildings and stuff like Hougomont, like those things, you know, those iconic paintings, shutting the North Gate and stuff like that. I couldn't get past that. But there's going to be a lot of meat on the bones to pick out of this peninsula stuff, and if we can get some of these kind of more interesting troops involved, it'll be all the better for it, I reckon. So yeah, here we go. Spanish guerrillas, mounted guys, and foot guys. So yeah, we'll see how we get on with these, but we will go back to the Hougomont thing first, and we'll put these on the back burner, and we'll get some more Hougomont bits done, and some other videos will be coming in the very, very near future. So thanks very much, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.